I had a wonderful day out at the weekend, thanks to Hannah and Lewis, who took me to a shopping mall in Essex.
Yeah.
It was the best day out I've had.
Yeah, I know.
In some time.
You were so excited to be coming along.
See, I was happy with that. I thought, oh my god, a shopping mall in Essex. This is amazing.
Yeah.
This is
You were just
going
to be happy spending the day with me and Hannah, that's all.
Yeah.
Having a few drinks, going to a nice countryside pub. You were perfectly happy with that.
Going to ye old
so
sweet
what happened?
shop.
What happened when we...
Well, we were on like
there?
the second floor of the shopping mall, and you led me to like the balcony kind of thing, and I gazed down, and there were all these people down there, and including some people dressed up in Star Wars costumes, and I thought, wow, that's a bit strange. And then you moved your arm and you pointed at a certain little man who was sitting down behind a desk, signing photographs of himself in various roles that he has been in on the movies in the cinemas.
And your face lit up like a little child.
It was like Christmas morning, and I'd just gotten my big yellow teapot, which I never actually got in real life. You remember that? I never got it. Thanks a lot, Mum. Cheers.
We'll get you one, man. We'll get you one
next
future,
weekend.
won't we?
Anyway,
Christmas.
Christmas. Okay. Anyway, that little man that we saw, it was none other than Warwick Davis. Warwick Davis. Can you believe it? We found him. He'd been lost all this time down my sink and in the sewers.
All this time?
It was lost, and there he was. He was fine. He was happy. He was signing copies of his new book that he'd written down in the sewers. He kept himself busy down there.
Yeah.
Apparently he bumped into Ricky Gervais down there because they're making a TV show.
Yeah, I heard about that. Some Yogpod sent it to me, and
maybe Ricky Gervais got flushed down the loo or something. Maybe he fell into the toilet and ended up down there and bumped into Warwick.
That's probably what happened. So we met Warwick Davis, and it was fantastic. And there's going to be pictures on Yogscast.com if you want to have a look. And what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to play the audio from that evening when we came in. And we were chatting on Vent with Ravs, who's a Scottish guy, and Rithian, who's Norwegian. And yeah, here you go. This is what happened when we came in. It's a little story of what we did.
Hello, Lewis. Are you there? Hello, Lewis.
Hello, Simon.
Hello.
Can you hear me, friend?
I can hear
man.
you. Oh my god.
So we've just got back from an incredibly fun day out, guys. Poor
We
Simon.
defaced some S Club 7 merchandise.
You did? Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes. So that's gonna the executive producers are gonna get some cool stuff in the mail.
Oh, we got to meet Tim Rose as well. I can't believe you just asked him. So who are you? Oh no.
Did you
actually
ask him? Wow.
You sort of almost insulted Warwick Davis as well, Lewis. You were disgraceful. Your behaviour was utterly disgraceful.
I mentioned that. I didn't tell them what happened though. I didn't tell them exactly what happened.
Simon, he left that story for you. Give us the story.
God.
Please.
Lewis is just a monster, basically. He almost broke Warwick Davis's heart by making a small man joke.
No, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about what actually happened when, we went up to Tim Rose.
Oh, right. Oh, God. Oh, God, I've forgotten already.
Simon,
Well-
you can't forget this day.
Simon is a big man standing there with this stupid grin on his face, having seen Warwick Davis. Okay, he's a bit starstruck, and
Oh,
we're
my
standing-
God. Yeah.
There's a little
I
bit
know
of a
what you're on
queue.
about
There's a little
now.
bit of a queue for Warwick Davis. Okay, so we're standing next to Warwick Davis. Okay, we're standing there's some kids all getting in to take pictures with him because the kids are about the same height. Well, actually, they're mostly taller than Warwick Davis. Anyway, we're standing there, and there's these two people in front of us who are obviously supposed to be celebrities as well. I think the woman wasn't actually, but the guy was, and it had his name in front of him, Tim Rose, and he had some sort of Star Wars badge on his front, and I sort of said, "Hi, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't really know who you are," and so he sort of said, he sort of looked at me like with a bit of sort of unhappiness. And then the woman said, "Oh yes, this is Tim Rose. He was a puppeteer who did Admiral Akbar and a few other characters in Star Wars, like Salacious Crumb, who's one of Simon's favourites, who I think we've mentioned before.
Did you immediately yell?
No,
No,
but
resisted.
But we obviously resisted that, but I was like, "Oh, great, that's fantastic." And I sort of turned to Simon and said, "Weren't you? I think you're old enough to have seen the Star Wars films when you were young, when you were a kid. Is that right?" And Simon was like nodded, and then the man said, the man sort of looked at Simon quite kindly, and then the woman looked at Simon quite kindly because he's obviously wearing this bright blue Superman hoodie, bright blue trousers, and he's got this stupid grin on his face. And I'd sort of patted him on the shoulder, like as if he was like a special child. And I said, you saw Star Wars when you were a kid, didn't you, Simon? And you sort of nodded.
Oh god.
And so she said, "How old
My
are
God.
you?" And Simon, what did you say?
I'm 32 years old.
He was saying, it's a special day out. We've taken him out to come and see you.
Good God.
We didn't realise at the time. We didn't realise how it must have looked.
No.
Oh
But
God.
I said it's a
oblivious.
special day out for you, Simon. I'm gonna get you a signed photo. Which one would you like?
Salacious
I mean-
Crumb.
It was just.
Oh, God.
I mean, at the time we totally didn't think of it in that way because we'd obviously been joking and like talking to Batman and stuff previously. Well, my God, when we were talking
When we-
about this in the car afterwards, I almost
We figured
had a
out
crash.
how. Yeah, we figured out how it must have looked, and we were talking about it in the car. Lewis was just swerving all over the place, laughing. We almost died.
Oh god.
Oh god.
It was very funny. So then we met Warwick, didn't we? And
Oh, that's
again, I
amazing.
did most of the talking.
I can just imagine Simon sitting there just like, oh jeez, just staring at.
The
Very
fact that
funny
I was
stuff.
just stood there with a big grin on my face, not really talking. Lewis talking for me, and I'm wearing this Superman top, surrounded by children. Oh god, it's terrible.
Example, but this was another one where, I mean, when you see the pictures, you'll see what I mean about Simon looking like he's come from a special home for slightly mental children. Because he's wearing like a one-piece Superman hoodie, blue jeans combo. It looks like a sort of set of pajamas, and his hair was a bit unruly, and he was just completely shocked and stunned at Warwick Davis being there.